Today I'm going to take you on a tour of our 1981 K30 crew cab long bed. Little backstory on the truck. We picked this truck up in 2015. It was out in Virginia. We found it on Craigslist. One day ripping around, the transmission blew up. It was a turbo 400. And so we decided to put a Duramax in it. Pretty much almost done getting it all together. It's kind of like a rat rod project right now. It's not a full restoration. If you go on Google and look up K30 Chevy crew cab, this truck actually pops up in the images from the Craigslist post, I'm guessing. All right, let's take a little walk around and I'll pop the hood. So this is a LB7 out of a wrecked 2500. And so we got the engine, the transmission, and the wiring harness from the donor. Some info on the engine. The guy had just got it rebuilt from Blackwater Engines. He spilled coffee and crashed it into a pole. So then we got it. It has low miles. In fact, when we bought this, it still had a warranty for like 2 more years. So the paperwork on the engine states that it has Molly pistons, ARP head studs. I think there were new heads, new injectors. The only thing I think was still original was the turbo, but it has this Banks wastegate actuator on it. So I haven't done anything to it other than new glow plugs, and I had the ECU and TCM flashed by PPE, and that's it. That's all I've done. I have the PPE tuner. I think it's the economy tuner, so it adds maybe, I'll have to look that up, but maybe 120 horsepower max, which is fine. I think it'll be great. It's the 5-speed Allison, and it has a Banks billet torque converter. And then I have a special adapter that mount the 205 to. I've spent a lot of time modifying this radiator support to fit the stock LB7 intercooler. I'm also running the PPE transcooler. I have to plumb it still. But I was able to run the stock LB7 radiator. No, it's a Mishimoto radiator. And it fits perfectly in there. I know it's a very low mile LB7. He had it in the truck maybe not even a year before he crashed it. So we got lucky with this one. I'm gonna do a little tour underneath the truck. Here's my custom cross member. Kind of mimic the off-road design style. And I tried to be as tight as possible under the oil pan for clearance of this Dana 60. The engine fits in the frame very well. So for the front axle, I'm running the stock Dana 60. I will have to rebuild and change the gears out. I think it has 410s. Might need 456 gears, not sure yet. After we get this thing moving, I'll probably have to put a hydraulic ram on there to move these 40s. Running the Hummer wheels on here. The same ones I had on my Blazer. They look really good on the crew cab. I actually bought them for the crew cab. So I'm gonna have to run probably a 2.5-inch spacer because the driver's side hits the pitman arm. As for the leaf springs, I'm running a custom 6-inch off-road design leaf springs, and the center pin is moved up an inch. So I moved the axle up an inch to get some more ground clearance from the oil pan of the Duramax. I was afraid that off-roading it might get pretty close, but we have some room with the 6-inch lift. If not, I can redesign and make a custom oil pan. It would be sweet to do a 4-link front suspension one day when we figure it all out. Also running a 1-inch spacer body lift so I can clear. I still need to get the front drive shaft made, but that is not a concern right now. I'm just going to run the Bluetooth one. The transmission crossmember, I'm running Precision Fab Plus. I'm running Robert's crossmember. I liked the way it was. It wasn't very expensive and I didn't have to think about it. And then working our way back from the transmission, we have a off-road design Magnum box mounted to a NP205 transfer case. I do have to make a cross member to mount that. Running a 1410 yoke with a custom Quigley's drive shaft. So yeah, Quigley's did a custom 2-piece drive shaft for me. It came out nice. As we work our way back underneath the truck, I'm running the LB7 fuel cooler. Also running a brushless Aeromotive lift pump with a cat filter and then a pre-filter right there. I'm running the saddle tank for now, 20 gallons. But eventually, once I get the truck rolling, I'd like to do a 40-gallon Suburban tank in the rear. I think that would be cool. A little bit more about the truck. When we bought the truck, it was multicolored. The bed was blue, the cab was gray. I think some of the front end was red. So we found this Rust-Oleum tan color and we painted it for 50 bucks in the driveway with some newspaper, and it's lasted 11 years. But we're going to freshen it up soon. We're testing out some different colors. This is a little lighter, and then this is a little darker. I'm going with the darker, but we'll be shooting that soon. So stay tuned. For the rear lift, I'm running custom 64-inch leaf springs. I had to move the hangers forward and the rear hangers backwards. I also had to move the gas tank forwards so it wouldn't hit the hanger. As for the axle, a 2004 AAM 11.5-inch G80 locker in it. Has the disc brakes and it matches the engine. So yeah, this axle has 373 gears. We're going to see how that drives. I'm leaning towards 456 front and rear with these 40-inch tires. It's a 409 stainless steel exhaust system. Running most of my gauges off the OBD2. I had to put a new steering wheel on here. It's nice and fresh. Shifters. This is the Magnum box, high and low. It's all cable shifted. JB Customs. Oh, let's see. That's the front. Put that in low, low, low. Neutral, neutral. You can do high or low, and there's like a little neutral in between. Not sure how it's going to run with that yet. That's something we'll have to figure out. It's pretty cool. Oh. Running the painless wiring harness. Came out nice. Just picked up this big PPE oil filter, and it just clears in between the frame rail. So we'll get that installed. I have to change out the fuel, the stock fuel filter, and then I'm going to change out the transmission filter as well. The Dakota Digital looks great in here, and I have cruise control. Probably going to try to install these West Coast mirrors this week. Eventually we're going to run the vintage air, but for right now we don't need it, just to get it running. As you can see, the body's in really good shape. A few dings here and there, but nothing crazy. One day when we go to restore it, I'll put some new floor pans in it. But as of right now, I think it's fine. I'm going to try to pick up some rubber mats and just cover it. Some of the things I still have to do to get it rolling, to finish the exhaust, I have to plumb the transmission cooler, and then I have to do all the brakes. But then, you know, we can take it for a test ride after that, make sure the transmission shifts, make sure the transfer case shifts. I've made a million different brackets for this swap all over the place. It's like every day I felt like I've made a bracket for this thing. But we're so close. Thanks for watching our tour of our work truck build. It'll be done soon and we'll be driving around.